channel. So today we're going to be talking about 8 stocks that people are sleeping on. Now with this, I won't be doing a lot of in-depth detail on why I'm saying this. I'll just kind of hit a few points and then just kind of go from there, and you make sure that you do your own research because I am not a financial advisor. Now maybe this is something that I can do where I just kind of talk about maybe one like slept on stock here and there that people are missing. But this is the long-term edition, and here these are not the only stocks that people are sleeping on, but here I have 8 to start. So let's get right into it, guys. So the first stock that I feel like people are sleeping on and they're missing out on is this stock right here. And this is the Forest Road acquisition. Now, if you don't know what that is, it's basically Beachbody. Beachbody, Forest Road, they've come together, and it's a different type of merger. It actually involves like 3 companies. Now, if you don't know anything about this merger and the people who are leading with Forest Road for this merger, their target is to do what you see down here, right? Their target is to do basically get more into the online fitness community. That is their target. The same gentleman that's leading this is the same gentleman that helped Disney, for example, with their Disney Plus. And we all know how Disney Plus is going. So Forest Road, Beachbody, I think they kind of have a good plan for what they're trying and what they're looking to do. And I have some confidence in this, and so I'm hoping that things will go really well with the plan that they have. But it's super cheap. A lot of people aren't really paying attention to it right now. The volume is not high at all. And I think it's one that people are kind of sleeping on. All right, the next one, Rocket Mortgages. All right, so Rocket Companies. Now you guys have probably seen the commercials with Rocket Mortgages or heard it on the radio, whatever the case is. Rocket is one of those companies that they have several companies, and they seem to be doing pretty good. And I think a lot of people are missing this, especially within the loans and the real estate space that they're in. And I think they have a really good platform, and I think it's highly slept on. If I'm not mistaken, I think Rocket is actually on a short list, so I think it's actually being shorted heavily at this time. So that's the second one. All right, the third one is IPOE, SoFi. Now, if you don't know anything about SoFi, I highly suggest you learn about them, especially if you're in the investing space. They actually have a pretty good platform, a pretty good just financial platform in general. You can tell that they put a lot of thought into caring about their customers. They actually have people you can call if you have any issues, meaning you have a customer service line of people you can talk to. And I didn't know a lot about SoFi until they started to launch their investing platform. And of course, what happens, anybody that does like investing on YouTube, social media and stuff like that, you tend to get emails and messages and things like that from companies that are getting into the investing space because they want you to take a look at their platform. And they want you to give your honest feedback, and sometimes they want your help around suggestions around their platform and stuff like that to see if it, what you think about it, what they can do to improve and stuff like that, as well as they offer different incentives, etc. So once I came across SoFi, I got a chance to actually speak with some of the people and try their platform. You find out they've been around a lot longer than most people know, and actually have a really pretty good, solid vision, solid plan. I think it's a really good company, good price, just like Rocket Mortgage. I think this price is cheap, especially if it's being shorted. Then yeah. So I feel like those are definitely good prices. Now the next one is ChargePoint. Now ChargePoint they have the most electrical charging stations out. Now with ChargePoint, I will also say just the electrical vehicle charging arena, it's slept on. These stocks have good prices. They've definitely had their run-ups, and it came all the way down. I know I've personally been invested with ChargePoint since it was around $10, so I've definitely experienced all the run-up and everything, but it's more of a long-term thing. And so, electric vehicle charging is like, it's very synonymous like if you own gas station stocks when cars were were coming into, and they needed gas, and someone invented a gas station. So ChargePoint, electrical vehicle charging, is one of those facets that also gives you a way to invest in the electrical vehicle space without even have to invest within the electrical vehicle car makers themselves. So I think it's a good spin. All right, the next one is Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. Now, if you are interested in investing in cryptocurrencies, there's more than enough ways to invest in it. You can see other stuff here on the side, but Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, I think it's cheap. It is definitely directed. Definitely any asset that they say they're having, they actually have a Bitcoin to back it. But this is just another space where you could invest potentially into Bitcoin, but you might not actually be in the actual coin. So it's another good option of investing into Bitcoin through the form of a stock, through a Bitcoin trust. All right. So let's go to the next one. Apple. I know y'all like, well, Apple ain't slept on. Man, listen. One of the things I think a lot of people miss with investing is I think they miss vision. I think they lack vision a lot of times in their investing. And one of the things I know that I specifically try to show people on this channel is about vision, teaching them about having vision and how to have vision. A lot of times people will listen to so many other people and just ignore what they see every single day. So whether you have an Apple product or not, whether you like Apple or not, you have to admit they do hold a lot of dominance in the market that they're in. So it's just like once they came out with their newest iPhones and they were talking about 5G, people was like, my Android phone been on 5G. But 5G phone, that type of talk didn't get really popular until Apple talked about it. So it's a reason for that. And so with their technology, they're definitely a leading company. They have a significant amount of dominance. Everyone is always watching what Apple is doing. They're involved in a lot more than just the phones and computers, obviously. But I think it's one of those things that people may not really pay attention to a lot as a stock, which I think they should. Remember, this is not investing advice. But one of the great things about it is it's a dividend company as well. So you can see the dividend down here. So having a good, strong company with a dividend, I think people are missing that aspect, especially for the years to come. Now, we don't know where cell phones going to go to in the next 10 years. Might be a holographic thing that just pops up on your wrist or something. I don't know. But this is just definitely a company that I think people are sleeping on, especially at this particular price. All right, the next one, Disney. Yes, Disney. High-end stock, I get you. But here's the thing. I don't think a lot of people pay attention to, and I think people are starting to just kind of see how great Disney is. We're in a whole pandemic, and look at Disney over the past year. Now, most people know Disney from what? Their theme parks. Well, here we are. Most of their theme parks were closed pretty much most of the pandemic, meaning nothing was happening there, etc. But yet they still grew their revenue, in particular with their streaming. They have become very powerful in the streaming, the media streaming, the TV sector. So Disney is one that I think people aren't paying attention to enough around this whole media streaming technology and everything, especially what happens when they can open their theme parks. And God knows all the other things that they're trying to do at this time as well. Of course, they own other companies, etc. But Disney is one that, people don't talk a lot about. It's not one of those sexy hot stocks, hot topic stocks that you can just flip because of the price like that. But long-term investing, I think, is definitely good. All right, the last one. Somebody's going to scoff at me and get mad, but it's Tesla. Now, not just Tesla, but the electrical vehicle space. Recently, Volkswagen just came out with, their own electric vehicles. And there has been definitely some hype around that. But the electric vehicle space in general, whether you invest in Tesla, whether you like Churchill Capital, everybody's been talking about that, Lucid, whether it's NEO, whatever it is your play is on the electric vehicle space, whether it's GM, whether it's Ford, whether it's Volkswagen, and any of these companies, everybody, listen, everybody is trying to get into electrical vehicle space. Now, here's something that I'm going to give y'all. This is one of my sayings, and it's something that if you really want to be a strong investor, you'll understand this. And then if you have kids and family, you teach them this too. Now, a lot of people talk about their price to earnings. Oh, they're just overvalued as a company. Well, like I just talked about, people they lack a lot of vision and foresight. These numbers can be whatever they want to be. But the reality is the electrical vehicle space, it's not as common yet, but it's something that's coming. What happens when everybody has an electric vehicle? What happens when every other person has an electric vehicle? What happens when they are all super affordable for anyone to get it? Charging issues, everything has been worked out. If you need to get something fixed, there's a place you can take it. There's a solution around inspecting it, all these different things. What will it look like when it's there? What happens when it becomes a mandate through almost every single state that you cannot have a gas running vehicle? Because states and different ordinances and different places, they're actually working on those type of restrictions like in the next 10 to 15 years. So just imagine if you were someone who were way back when and you had a chance to invest in the concept of electric, when everybody's using fire, sticks and lanterns and stuff like that. Like, that's kind of similar opportunity, just a change in time. But here's what I want you to always remember. Listen, yes, right now Tesla is more than likely, as a stock, seemingly overvalued based off of today. But what about the future? So if you can get a discount on something now versus waiting till, well, the stock, it's properly priced and all this stuff that you hear on CNBC and stuff like that, you're gonna miss out. No, now here's the thing that I want you guys to remember, something that I always say, and this is not something I read, it's my quote. And what it is yes, numbers do not lie, but numbers change. I'm gonna say it one more time. Numbers do not lie, but numbers change. So what that means is these numbers, can ultimately change. But the fact that people are so enthralled and excited with the electric vehicle space, this number is more than likely going to continue to go up through time. We've seen how high it's been. You can see here on the chart. That's just where it is. So it's just like with Amazon, which is down here, for example. At one point, Amazon was a $900 stock, and everybody and their mama said it's too expensive to buy. Look at it now. In fact, I did a video on my channel about it when it was at a $900, $1,000 stock, and everybody said, no, it's too expensive. Well, what do they think about that now? It's 3 times as much. So all I'm saying is this. Now, just keep in mind, like I said, just keep in mind, numbers don't lie, but they do change. And always keep the foresight in front of you when you're investing as well. Don't just look for short term. But all right, guys, that's my soapbox. But here are 8 different stocks that I think people are sleeping on and they're not necessarily hopping on, or, they don't get the right energy around it. But just 8. Now, if you have some that you feel like are being slept on as well, list them below in the comments. Let me know, let others know, just your analysis around it, something for people to research. As I stated, please do your own research around this. Look into these things. You might be able to find one good investment for yourself long term. But that's it, guys. Be sure to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. Y'all have a good one. Peace.